Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Here we are to discuss the NFC side of the team needs for each team, starting with the NFC South. And honestly, I think the biggest team need for the Falcons is probably a new head coach. I mean, they have Bobby Petrino as their head coach. They're 2-7 this season, and it's not helping the fact that their roster, it's an actually pretty decent roster. That's just the thing. They have a decent roster. But sometimes when you have such a good roster, but yet you have such a terrible coach, it just makes the entire team terrible. I mean, Falcons are an 88 overall, 88 offense, 87 defense, 85 special teams, yet they're 2-7. And I have to mainly put it up to their coaching. Bobby Petrino is just not a good NFL head coach. It's just been an absolute wreck for them. And saying that, knowing that Bobby Petrino actually got in a motorcycle wreck, which had him get caught with an affair with an assistant in Arkansas, not the best of things to say, but, it's all in his history. Granted, he did leave the Atlanta Falcons in real life for the Arkansas job, so I guess that was karma, I guess. The next team for the NFC South are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the team that's going to be facing the Falcons in Week 11. It's going to be fun to be trying to predict that game. And Tampa Bay has actually been going 5-4 with Chris Sims being under center these past few weeks. I mean, we ignore the game against Tennessee. He's had 6 touchdowns and probably like maybe 2 or 3 picks. Because he threw like 18 picks against Tennessee. Like, I know it was double-digit picks. One thing they definitely do need is cap space, because they only have $4.5 million in cap space. That is absolutely insane. Especially when, you have legends you may want to re-sign. Like right now, if they were just to re-sign Rondé Barber, it would put them $650,000 below the cap. I mean, a way to finesse the cap is to give him a longer contract. But would it really be wise for them to sign a 32-year-old corner to a 7-year deal, lock him up till he's 39? I mean, Simeon Rice, if they rework his contract, they actually gain money. And I may try to do like a video, like once enough like star players are healthy, to like make some moves. Do that live, so that way some of y'all can be able to put input in on that. They also just need to get younger in general. I mean, as previously stated, Rondé Barber is 32. You got Joey Galloway being 34, Simeon Rice being 33, Derek Brooks at 34, Jeff Garcia at 37. So, you have a lot of like your star guys being already up there in their 30s. And that's just the biggest thing. Like, you have all these guys up there in age, and yeah, sure, some of them are improving. Like Rondé Barber's in 97 when he was previously 96 throughout the simulations. Joey Galloway up to an 89 from being an 88. But still, you have all these older players, and like once they retire, you go from being like an average team to a completely terrible team. So you need to get young quick. Speaking of teams that are I kind of need to get young quick. The New Orleans Saints, I mean, they do have quite a few players that are owned over the age of 30. Not nearly as many as Tampa Bay, though. But I gotta say, like, their biggest need, in my opinion, is probably another, like, true solid weapon for Drew Brees. Like, probably a tight end or a good wide receiver. I mean, they've got Marquez Colston, Devery Henderson, Robert Meacham. You got Eric Johnson, Mark Campbell. But, you know, Drew Brees has only been able to throw to these guys so far in his time in New Orleans. You give him a good, proper wide receiver, there's no telling what damage they can be able to do throughout the league. And especially with the defense with Charles Grant, you got Will Smith smacking offensive linemen out of the way there. Hollis Thomas, Brian Young, Scott Fujita, Brian Simmons, Mark Semino. You know, I mean, maybe they need a corner as well. I mean, Mike McKenzie and Jason David, they're doing their thing out there, but Osama Young is a rookie corner sitting behind Jason Kraft, Fred Thomas. So there's that. That's probably all I can say for New Orleans. I mean, they're a pretty good team. And the leader of the NFC North, the Carolina Panthers. One thing they definitely need is, looking at their roster, is a complimentary weapon for Steve Smith. You know, I mean, yeah, you got Dwayne Jarrett as a rookie, but, you know, no telling how far he's going to go up. You got Jeff King, Michael Gaines, like, that's the thing, like, you need another complimentary weapon. I mean, I know running back wise, you have D'Angelo Williams, Deshaun Foster, you got Jake Delhomme and David Carr, with David Carr actually been starting this year, which is crazy to see. Defensively, you still got Julius Peppers, although if I were to try to re-sign him right now, they've got $23 million in cap. Re-sign him right now, it goes up to 24.8. I don't know why. So there's that. Yeah, Mike Rucker, they got to re-sign. Chris Jenkins, Aki Kimok. Yeah, you got a dude who went to Utah, came over in free agency from Baltimore. I'm not going to fully actually try to pronounce his name because it sounds Hawaiian, kind of Samoan, but I don't want to offend the Samoan culture on that. You got Thomas Davis, Dan Morgan, John Beeson as a rookie here, Niall Diggs, you got Ken Lucas, Chris Gamble, Richard Marshall. I mean, they have such a solid team. And their only loss was to the Titans because I played that game. But it's such a solid team that it's going to be hard to see who's going to actually stop them in the NFC side of the playoffs. And that's all I can say for the NFC South. It's going to be interesting to see if Saints or the Bucks will come out of there. And I will see you all next time.